This is Frisco, Texas, a once quiet farm town turned home to one of the largest and fastest growing Indian communities in America.
Where are you from?
India.
From India?
I'm from India.
South India.
I'm an H1B.
I'm into IT.
Motherland India or Texas, USA?
Obviously, Motherland India.
Obviously.
Obviously, Motherland India.
As the Indian population exploded from 3% to 33% of the population
Holy
since
shit.
the year 2000, many Texans are outraged, declaring there has been an Indian invasion. But how are all these Indians coming to Texas? And is
Seek blessings for health, job visa, and any other problems. See, I think that's kind of really weird when people set up a religious temple and they start seeking blessings for fucking visas. That's weird! And also, damn, this statue... This statue makes me think of minstrel shows.
Is Frisco the only town in Texas where Indians are seemingly spawning out of thin air? I pulled up to the Frisco Town Hall meeting to witness the clash of heritage Texans and their new Indian neighbors.
We need more or less H1B people here?
We need a lot less.
Why?
I got laid off 20 years ago. I worked in IT. I have 2 master's degrees.
Holy
I was
shit.
making over $100,000 a year. They said, you're too expensive, we're going to hire Indian. But I haven't been able to find a job in IT since, and it's really sad.
And you know what? I don't have another home in India. I don't have another home in Bangladesh. I don't have another home. I can't move to Somalia. I won't be able to live there. I'll die. This is my home.
Yep. Once the people who have come here to use us as an economic zone finish looting, they have a home to go back to. We do not. American labor is not meant to enrich foreigners coming here to loot us. That's crazy.
The devil would say, well, you're racist. That's racist. According to the devil's dictionary definition of the term, I am racist.
There's been a takeover in Frisco of the Indian population and a lot of concerned citizens, and I'm leading the way asking questions. And I made this because corporations own Frisco. I'm a lifelong Texan turned T-Mobile whistleblower. I started talking about H-1B because T-Mobile uses H-1B to employ foreigners while they're laying off Americans right down the street. You know, the Indian population in Frisco has exploded 33% of the population over the past 20 years, a 4,510% increase. And you know, there might be a lot of people here that are coming here legally, but there also seems to be some red flags with the H-1B visa program. And the question is, are Indian people using that to bring people over?
So you're telling me Frisco's turning into Little Mumbai?
I really dislike when you talk about people who come here legally, but they didn't come for the right reasons, and people just assume oh, you hate all immigrants now, and it's like, no. I hate people who are liars, who lied to get in, and who want to do things to our country that would make it no longer our country. I think that's a problem. And I think if you're going to try and be benevolent and give everything you have to everyone in the world, they will take and take and take until you are nothing anymore. They will not stop at taking just the things that you offer. They will start tearing at your flesh, and you will no longer be able to exist normally anymore.
That's right.
That's what people like to call it these days.
I'm America first. I'm pro-American.
USA.
Yeah,
USA.
Yeah.
I think it's a good sign. People whoever has done the fraud, they should be brought to the justice.
Yes.
And I'm now running for the Justice of Peace in Texas.
Justice of Peace?
Yes.
What's your name?
Martin Padetti.
Martin Preti.
Yeah. I want everybody enjoy the life, but at the end of the day, we want to do it right.
My beef isn't with the Indian people.
See, I can vibe with that guy who's saying that, but my pattern recognition from all the other foreigners who have run for offices in my country who say these things, and they're like, yes, I love America. I love American things. It's all great. We want to do things the right way. And then they get into office and they're like, yeah, fuck America. My allegiances are to my home country, and we're going to get more of my people here. And it's like, well, you sounded normal and fine in the beginning, but now, what the fuck after you got elected? So it's like, I'm very incredulous when I hear that. It's like, I'd like to believe you, but I've been lied to so many times that I just can't believe you anymore. Zantetsu, thank you for the CRCs. You just want to give kudos to the Crimson Desert dev because the game is so optimized, you can listen to the stream without dropping frames on Ultra. Oh, that's pretty fucking nice.
Well, it's with the system that are allowing them to do what we are experiencing here.
Is there sufficient talent in America? Do we need infinite H-1Bs, so to speak?
We do have enough talent in America. We strongly believe because the Americans landed on the moon when
what
all
I'm
of these H1 was even born.
To be fair, we did borrow a few Germans.
You see, we got a lot of natural citizens also became Americans, right? So they also getting laid off.
Do you think there should be a strong limitation on the number of H-1Bs?
I am advocate for the
H-1Bs?
limiting the H-1Bs.
See, I like this guy. He sounds like he's an American. He sounds like he wants to do the right things. He sounds like he wants to protect like born American citizens as well as people who came here legally to become Americans. He sounds like he made that journey and he wants to do good for the country. I just have that little niggling feeling in my head where it's like, I've heard this song and dance before, and then as soon as you get elected, you just about face and turn around on all of that.
Great country. We respect pluralism, and most of Indians, they enjoy the American part of the American society. And I know you guys like the Indian food a lot too, right?
This is true. I do enjoy tikka masala.
Why would you bring up the food? Why would you bring up the food? It's not, no. I hate the food argument, and I'm not like dogging on this guy specifically, but it's like, especially when it came to that stupid UK guy that has it was a Piers Morgan, where he's just like, yeah, I would trade like the racist for fucking good food or what. I can't even remember how he worded it. He said something really fucking dumb. And it's just like, okay, so you're going to sell out your country. You're going to let your women and children get raped because you can't make Indian food yourself or whatever. Not Indian food, whatever the fuck is over there. I'm just angry. I'm angry. I'm not communicating correctly. It's like, you're gonna let this happen just because you're like, ooh, yummy food. It's so fucking weird. Most of their food doesn't even taste that great anyways. I have never eaten an Indian food dish in my life. I always thought curry was Japanese because that was my first exposure to curry. I was like, damn, that looks fucking weird.
Yeah. If we turn away from God and the Word of God, if we worship these Indians, these Somalis.
I also don't mean to like fucking bash this guy either, but like his voice is literally the stereotype voice that I use.
If we just give everything to them, willing to cut your own throat, we'll die.
H1Bs are the scapegoats. The employers, those are the people who have to investigate it.
Yes!
Even in one of my friends told in Dallas, most of Indians, they'll follow the practice, the caste. If you're not in the same caste, they will let you go. It happened in Dallas.
So casteism is...
Yeah, that's fucking the caste system bringing to the U.S. It's fucking stupid. And I heavily agree with him. The employers should face repercussions for this kind of shit. An employer should not be able to fire a fuck ton of Americans and then immediately apply for several thousands of H-1B visas to replace the Americans they just fired because they want to pay lower wages. That's ridiculous. I like this guy the more he talks.
Happening here in Texas.
Yes, absolutely.
I have my heart for all immigrant people, but man, we got to do it the right way.
I want to ask you, infinite legal immigration, though, will still alter the fabric of any place, right?
Correct.
Would you be a proponent of infinite legal immigration?
Don't understand it quite what you're saying, but yes, I mean, if it's done legal, if it's done the right way, yes, because...
it needs to be very controlled. You cannot have infinite migration and have a functioning country. It is just not possible. And it's like, if you brought the infinite migration to its logical conclusion, once America has been fully dismantled, where will people go? What is the after? What is the after the American empire falls? What happens after that? These people aren't even capable of considering first order effects, let alone something as far off as that. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If you don't even want to go that far, it's just like, if all countries, right, like just unfocus the US for a minute. If all countries allowed fully infinite, unfettered migration, what would happen to the culture of every one of those countries? It would likely become very homogenous everywhere over the world. I don't want the culture in America to be the same as the culture in the UK, or in Germany, or in Russia, or in Morocco, or in Sudan, or in Uruguay, right? I like that all countries have very specific different cultures. Are some cultures better than others? Objectively, I would say probably, yeah. But that is where people can get into arguments about like where they would like to go, where they would like to live, which countries they feel are better in the modern era, right? It becomes like an entire conversation. But I think back to a very, very old meme, and there's a man who's wandering around, and then like his fabric of his everyday life starts changing and he starts becoming more racist. Whereas on the flip side, He goes to other countries, he experiences other cultures, he brings back items from his trips to these other cultures, and he feels more worldly and more informed and happier because he's gone to be able to experience the way other people live, but he can come back home to his own culture. Battleizer, thank you. Culture would be limited by the lowest common denominator, like in all things. Any team is limited by the weakest link. I don't think that's necessarily true, right? Because, I mean, when you look at European countries, obviously there were tons of poor people in European countries as well. Tons of probably low IQ, illiterate, like, unable to do things off of tended land that they were lorded over by, right? But European countries obviously have tons of culture. There were people who built giant cathedrals, built giant buildings, built giant, like, sculptures and shit, right? So it's not only the low, like, not everything is determined by the weakest link. How do I word this? Because it's like, you're not wrong, but I wasn't saying that, like, culture is going to become, like, a homogeneous blob. Like, not everyone is going to become, like, Islamic or Christian or adopt, like, an American thing. And not, like, even if we got, like, 50 billion Indians, it's not like everyone would adopt an Indian culture here. It would become something else. It would become a globalized culture, but it wouldn't be homogenized. It would be disconnected and discontent and chaotic because nobody would have ties to anything, right? Like, people celebrating Christmas would celebrate it simply for the presents. People celebrating Kwanzaa would do it simply for the political posturing, right? And you would have all these people trying to co-opt all these different cultural terms in order to get a seat of political power. There wouldn't be any sort of cohesive identity anywhere anymore. It's similar to the, like, the Time magazine, like, everyone is going to be the same shade of brown several decades from now. Like, there will be no more races. There will be no more white people, no more black people, no more Mediterranean people, right? Everyone is just going to be the same shade of brown. It would be the same thing with culture if we had unrestricted, unfettered migration and everyone could go everywhere with no national ties to any country, any land, any history. It would just be chaotic everywhere.
To what I've seen, countries have been blessed when immigration is involved. You know, when you got different kinds of groups involved, doing it the right way, following the rule of law. I think it's a good thing.
But if the law has allowed Frisco's Indian population to go from less than 2% to almost 20% Indian in the last 20 years, turning Frisco into a majority-minority city, is the intent of these work visas bringing Indians to America to support our labor force or to replace?
As much as the boomers would like to continue to believe everything is fine, people are starting to be like, hold up.
It all together.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
This is insurrection. This is the overthrow of the United States government, which is why 20 million people walked across that border. I can't go to Somalia and live, or Mexico. This is my home, America. The H-1B visas, we don't need them. Not right now. Someday, but not now.
And now, as of late 2025, T-Mobile USA opened a global technology hub in Hyderabad, India, that employs thousands of Indians while they're laying off Texans and Americans. They've even sent Americans to go train these Indians in India. T-Mobile USA...
We've had honorable chatters in this chat who have sent supas talking about how they've had to train their replacements in their tech jobs. And it's like, that is like a weird, insulting humiliation ritual where it's like, okay, we're firing you for this guy, but please train him first. And I think that it would probably look bad, and you would definitely not get any kind of references from your boss, but at this point, what the fuck does it matter with the way that tech is? If I was in tech right now, and my boss was like, okay, so we're giving you your 2 weeks notice, you're getting laid off, we're going to be replacing you with this H-1B guy from Hyderabad. You need to train him to do your job. I'd be like, yeah, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. You can train him. Good luck. Goodbye. Like, if you're going to give me that level of respect, I'm not going to give any back to you.
Could have easily opened up this technology hub in the United States of America, and they could have ran it out of one of the 2 Frisco offices on Warren Parkway. On top of that, T-Mobile spent $81.5 million on salaries for H-1B employees in the United States.
Also, that's a good point. If the H-1B is so qualified, why does he need training?
in 2025, all salaries that could have went to Americans. Is it a coincidence that T-Mobile has a new Indian CEO as of November last year? Probably not.
Was it FedEx that got a new Indian CEO like last year, and then he hired only Indians for like the positions below him? I think it was FedEx. I'm pretty sure it was FedEx, but I might be wrong. Please correct me if I'm remembering incorrectly. Yes, it was FedEx. Hell yeah, my brain, it works sometimes. Why does the CEO look like Indian Obama? Where's that Twitter account? How would you look like if you were black or Chinese? Engineer, little did my boss know, I trained him wrong on purpose. Now he's having the new hire train other H-1Bs the same way.
I must apologize for Wimp Low. We have purposely trained him wrong, as a joke.
We do a little chaotic evil as a treat.
We are the entrepreneurs, high-skilled professionals fueling the tech and medical corridors that make our Collin County a national leader. In Frisco,
Plus 100 is that?
you'll find us serving in our churches, seeking peace in our temples,
Plus
practicing
100 is
charity
that?
at our mosques. We are guided by timeless wisdom that transcends borders.
Indian
Plus
Americans play a
100 is
crucial
that?
role in Frisco's growth. Many work in high-demand fields such as technology, healthcare, engineering, finance, and entrepreneurship.
My name is Shri.
I like how he's wearing a shirt that says, "Where has the West gone?"
My name is Ardav. My name is Siddharth. Hi, my name is Mathila. Hi, my name is Anvika.
Indian Americans make up 1.6% of the population.
Oh my god, this is Indian Ted Cruz! This looks like Ted Cruz dressed as an Indian! Oh my god, this is the most exciting thing today.
But are responsible for $200 billion in taxes, have the lowest crime rate. And over the last couple of years, we've seen some of the greatest polarizations in the history of America. People are upset. The American dream is alive and well here, and it's not because the streets are paved with gold, it's paved with the ingots of possibilities.
Every person in this room right now, their ancestors have come from a different country, a different continent. Despite these positives...
Yes, and our ancestors built up America into the country that it is today. You do not have the right to what we have as our birthright. As much as we would not go to India and claim your territory for ourselves. What are we talking about here?
Contributions, Indian Americans sometimes face discrimination or hate.
I urge the council and the residents to reject such rhetoric that divides residents based on what or where they came from.
Let me be clear here. There has been no credible evidence presented to any widespread H-1B visa fraud in this city. Today, many Indian families are living in fear.
And like I've said this a whole bunch of times, right? Like a lot of people like to bring up but what about the Native Americans? What about them? This was originally their land, and it's like, yeah. And they either traded it or gave it up, or we fought them for it and we won. That's kind of how conquering things worked back then. Right now, though, you don't have to send soldiers. You can legally conquer a country just by using migration. And it's like, yeah, I agree with you. The Native Americans lost. We won. We built America. If we end up losing, if we end up getting our country taken over, then yes, we deserved that. We didn't fight hard enough for it. Our principles didn't matter enough for us to save our country. We would deserve the same fate as the Native Americans if we do not fight back. And every time we try, they just kind of disarm you by calling you racist and hope you don't notice.
Place it with reality. Unqualified Indian and Muslim workers scamming Americans out of jobs, stealing tax dollars, and destroying our nation in Texas. And the funniest part, if these were truly high-skilled Germans or Poles, we'd welcome the net positive. Instead, we get low-quality scammers with fake degrees, abusing our systems meant for generational Americans. And America is an idea. It lives in the hearts of all of us, the 243,000 residents of Frisco, and I say this with love. Thank you all for being here.
He said America is an idea. Do you agree with that?
I think it's more than an idea. And I made sure that, he made a point that the Indian population in America is 1.6%. Well, in the city that he's running city council, it's 33%. So it's pretty obvious.
I love the America is an idea thing, because our bromance with Japan on Twitter the past few weeks has shown that Japanese people who have never set foot in America both understand what an American is and also celebrate what an American is, more so than foreigners who come here to loot our nation. Japan is truly our greatest and best ally, and I will hear no arguments. Maybe we should go to India and do all this stuff and everything else, and then see if we can just take it and add to the ISAT for America. It's like, if all the Indians come here, what if we just go to India and make it the new America? We would have to do so much terraforming, man. That's so much Minecraft. It's funny hearing people from a literal caste system complain about division between groups of people. It's not really funny. It's the same, like, subversive tactics that any kind of communist would use. Not that these are communist, right? They're just playing their caste system and their fraud that is allowed in their society. They lie to you and they use your principles against you, so you let them do whatever they want. Pretty much. These people are so great and magnanimous that they put off bettering their homeland to come here to brave the racist Americans to improve America. And that's why they call you racist, because they know it works, and it continues to work. Until someone like Rupert Lowe comes along and says, no, your cries of racism don't fucking matter anymore. We're bringing our country back to greatness.
At least that there's a problem going on here.
Let's say we have infinite legal immigration. Is it better than illegal immigration?
It's funny because we've almost been tricked. We've been marketed this thing where we believe it is good to import people for jobs that we can't sufficiently do. We built the jobs. You're telling the people who built the jobs we can't do the jobs. Yeah. So it almost sounds...
The mass brainwashing of they do the jobs Americans don't want to do was so crazy successful beyond anyone's wildest dreams. And as soon as someone says any kind of jobs Americans don't want to do, I just immediately discount that individual as knowing nothing and having nothing worth hearing. Because it's just not true. It's just not a real thing. And I don't know how people can live in reality and believe something like that. Like, yes, personally, there are jobs I wouldn't do. There are jobs I would not like to do. But if I had to, if push came to shove, I would do it because I would need to in order to survive. Like, yeah, there are people who don't want to work at McDonald's. They would rather be a CEO. But they don't have the ability to do that. They don't have the training. They don't have the background. They don't have the knowledge. It's like, everybody's got to start somewhere, man. What do you mean? The jobs Americans don't want to do. You hate that India has become the laughingstock of the world? It makes you sad to be Indian instead of proud as you used to be? I just don't know how things spun out of control so fucking quickly. Like, it's crazy how Indians went from, like, a model minority, like, immigrant. Everyone was like, yeah, that's great. They own the convenience store. Like, their kids are great. Their wives bring stuff to, like, the cookouts and whatnot. And it's just like a couple decades later, everyone's like, fuck, I hate these people. Like, I just spun out of control so insanely.
It's like scam. Well, they threaten them with the H-1B visa and they hold that over their head because if they don't work a certain amount of hours, they won't sponsor them. So they can't threaten you with being able to go back home because your home is is America, like the United States, if you're an American citizen. So, and they can just work them to the bones.
So I headed into the heart of Frisco to speak to some of these elite H-1B engineers we've imported from India to save our economy from our unqualified, lazy American labor force.
There is the Karya Sidhu Hanuman Temple.
See, I got a question. How come foreigners are able to come here who are supposed to be temporary workers and they're able to build like these giant buildings that, by the way, they do look nice. They do look like nice buildings. And how come all of our buildings are just commie block nonsense now? Where are our nice, like, articulate architecture? Where's our nice architecture at, man?
God of Courage. Where are you from?
I'm from Andhra Pradesh.
From Karnataka.
I'm from India.
Those aren't real places.
Hyderabad? Are you from Hyderabad?
Yes, I am.
Really?
I'm from Chennai.
Are you here on like H-1B?
No, right now still I am my student visa.
I see, like
so,
F1.
Yeah, yesterday...
So like if they're able to come here, we already have interspace travel, right? Because like they came from the Star Wars planet. So where's that technology so that we can go explore other planets? Like we need that, honestly.
H-1B results got rolled out, so I'm just waiting for my decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Waiting for the same results.
Are you anxious right now?
Let's hope for the best.
I work in a software company.
Software?
Yeah.
And are you H-1B?
Yes.
So if I get my H-1B, I can stay here for more 5 years.
What happens if you don't?
I still have my time, like almost 2 years from now.
2 more years.
So maybe I need to try for different visa or else like...
or go home?
Go back to India.
I'm an H-1B.
H-1B. Did you come here as H-1B?
No, I...
Look at behind him. Vivek Flowers, Rayalasima Ruchulu Indian cuisine. What the fuck is this name? Rayalassima Ruchulu.
I studied here.
So F1, OPT, H1B? Okay, it seems like that's the common pipeline. Come here as international student, get green card?
Then that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I did.
Have you seen the new wave of people from Telugu?
A lot of them, yeah.
A lot of them?
Yeah, lately, yeah.
How long you been in the States?
Around 10 years.
Are you on H1B?
I graduated.
Okay.
And I'm working right now.
Okay. Are you like on F1 visa? I see. Why did you end up here in Frisco? Did you have friends and family here?
Yes.
Okay.
This is actually my uncle's.
Uncles?
So why do we need H-1B visa people for coffee shop baristas? Don't we have enough mentally ill white women with nose rings to be baristas who are Americans? Like why do H-1B visas need to be baristas? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Restaurant? Yeah. Your goal to go from F1 to OPT to H1B?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Motherland India or Texas, USA? You laughed at that one.
No, obviously Motherland India.
Obviously.
Get out. If you're not coming to America to be an American, that should be your motherland. Get out.
Obviously Motherland India.
My motherland is India because I'm born and brought there, grow here, and I'm here to serve the US. So I can say that the second land for me is US because I'm getting here. The US give me the respect, job, and the good opportunity.
I'm planning to go back to India. So
your daughter is.
So he's coming here to enrich himself and then go back to India, or you could just stay in India. Hot idea. You could just stay home and enrich your own country.
A citizen of the U.S.?
Yes, she is.
Okay, so you're gonna bring her back to India one day?
Definitely, yes.
Oh, that might be challenging for her. Hyderabad or Frisco, Texas more?
Hyderabad, of course.
Hyderabad, of course. Then I have to ask, why are you here in Frisco?
I had to. Feels like I'm still in my hometown.
Really?
Everybody from my hometown here.
Wow. So
That's
you moved
kind
all the
of
way
wild.
from Hyderabad, thousands of miles away.
To Hyderabad.
To Hyderabad in Texas. The India Bazaar is right there. I want to see if we can find some F1 students in this.
See, this is again something that I really dislike. If I go to Italy, or if I go to Japan, or if I go to Morocco, or if for some reason I went to India, I wouldn't want to find like the white people enclave and only interact with the white people in those foreign countries.
You're getting a vigorous
right?
spanking because you've
Italy,
been a bad
as
girl.
white people, the black people of white people. But I digress. It's like I wouldn't want to find like the white person or like American enclaves there. I went to another country to visit and experience that other country and their culture. And if I was going to move somewhere, like these people trying to be on visas, I especially doubly wouldn't try to find like an enclave of expats because I'm trying to be a part of that other country. That's so crazy. You see, you're intelligent enough to find value in other perspectives and cultures. It's just weird to me, man. Like, why are you even here if you just wanted to stay home? The answer is to loot the country, obviously.
11. And secondly, I want to see the moment I walk in there if I will be met with an Indian cashier. Hello, question for you. Are you on an F1?
If you go on a road trip, do you think you could play a drinking game? Like just keep like a handle of Hennessy or something in the car, and every time you stop, you take a drink every time the convenience store or gas station owner or employee is an Indian. Do you think you get alcohol poisoning?
Yes. Are you an F1 student? No. Okay, are you H1B?
Yeah.
You're H1B?
Yeah.
Working here at 7-Eleven? Okay.
See, why do we need H-1B visa people for 7-Eleven cashier? This again should be some like mentally ill goth girl with a nose ring working this register.
Okay, where are you from?
India.
Where in India?
Andhra.
Angara?
Yeah.
Is that close to Hyderabad?
Yeah, I'm going to call my manager.
Okay. And do you work in IT?
What?
Yeah, I work in
Wait, why did he say he's gonna call his manager? What the fuck? That's so weird.
Yeah. I'm working with the Walmart here as a software engineer. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm into IT. I work for a company.
IT?
Yeah, yes.
I knew it.
I do work for IT.
IT. Why do they dominate IT?
Just dominate IT because they have a master's degree in computer science. They study back in India.
Okay.
They complete engineering, and that's how they just dominate. I'm a student.
Student right now?
Yeah.
And you work in IT?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, are you F1 visa holder? So as an F1 visa, how many hours can you work per week?
40 hours.
And is it legal to work full-time on an F1 visa?
Yes.
That's some nice cheese string right
That's
there.
crazy.
Who would have thought? chicken tandoori pizza before GTA 6.
While Frisco has become Dallas's unofficial Little India, you can find H-1B Indian spawn points all the way up in small
fucking Indian spawn points. Reminds me of the place in Georgia that I would go where like everything is in Korean, and the only way that I could like get into some of the places there was if Tim's mom was with us, because she's native Korean and speaks Korean. And when you try to go to some of these places and you don't have a Korean translator with you, they just don't let you in.
Texas towns like Argyle, Texas.
Okay, we're in a little Indian suburb near Denton. We're in Argyle, Texas. Lots of Indians.
But how did they get here? And why are they in this small, semi-rural suburban
How long until we start seeing tuk-tuks in some of these little Indias?
town?
You gotta tell me, as a Pakistani, why are there so many Indians here?
I don't know. They come on IT.
Are a lot of F1s working here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Illegally, right?
Illegally.
Oh!
I knew it.
Uh-oh.
They don't even pay right amount for these people, you know.
How much?
They work hours and hours. They pay low here.
They pay low here. Should I expose them? Hello. Who's the manager here?
Based
Is there a
grandpa.
manager here? Are you the manager? Are you the manager?
Based old Indian man. I was about to mention, it's funny that he's Pakistani, and like Pakistan and India have like this huge fucking feud going on, and the old Pakistani man is the one who's like, hey, all these Indians, they're fucking scamming, bro.
Yeah, I have permission. I'm here to ask you, are you paying F1 students illegal rates?
No students here.
No?
You're not gonna get a real
Paperwork?
answer. Let's
Yeah,
be
you
real.
pay them legal
Yeah.
rates? Are you sure?
Yes, sure.
Do you own the store?
I'm the manager, right?
What visa are you on?
I'm on a work visa.
On a work visa. H-1B?
I have a work visa. I don't want to reveal.
I was told on good authority there may be some F1 employees here being paid under the table illegal rates. That's what I'm asking you. Is that true or false?
Sir, this is a busy time.
Is it true
so
or is it
we
false?
can talk outside.
Where are you from?
I'm from India. Hyderabad.
I'm from India, Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad.
Is that Hyderabad?
Yeah. In India,
Okay, Hyderabad?
in the same state but in a different city.
What visa are you on?
I am gonna let that one go a bit, right? Maybe they're all from Hyderabad, but maybe they just say Hyderabad because if they say like unga tunga laga bunga daga boga, nobody's gonna know where the fuck that is, right? It's kind of like how I say Boston, even though it wasn't like I'm not from inner city Boston. I'm from a suburb around it. But if I said the name of my town, nobody would know where the fuck that is. So I just say Boston, right? It's like the same logic, you know? Why are we importing their entire city? Entire country.
F1 student?
Yeah.
And what do you study?
Computer science.
I'm on green card.
Do I need to specify that?
I'm a green
Yes,
card.
if you could. Oh, you don't want to? Why?
That's my wish.
I see. I imagine you're on not an F1 if you're working, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm a TN visa. I'm permanent.
Okay, so your green card. Would you prefer India or USA?
US is good. Why not
Okay.
US? That's why I'm here.
Is your wife here?
No, yes, here. But yeah.
Is she on a? Is she also on a?
No, yes, but yeah. Bro doesn't even know where his wife is.
Visa?
No, she's not. She's on the same green card with me.
Same green card.
Yes.
And do you have kids?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And are they here?
Yes, they are here. They're going to school.
Okay,
Everything is
so-
good. They're born and raised here. Everything is good.
Oh, born and raised here.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you work in?
Software. Engineer. Engineer. Software.
Software engineer. Did you get a college education in India or the USA?
India. Yeah, I work in IT.
IT. Why are Indians so good at software engineering?
That takes a lot of math,
Brain power?
physics.
I came here on F1, but then I converted to H1.
So you came on F1 and then graduated to H1?
Yeah.
How hard was that?
Why is that allowed, though? It's just for the corporations wanting to hire people at cheaper wages. Corporations and people that hire like this should absolutely face consequences, man.
That process.
It was cool, actually.
I'm from Canada.
You're from Canada?
Yeah.
So you came from India to Canada to Texas?
Yes.
Most people who come here on an F1 have the
Didn't someone in chat mention that there's a bunch of people that go to Canada first to get an easier way into the US? That's crazy.
intention to get an H1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's fraudulent?
No.
No.
Because it is valid that you can.
Step-by-step process for Indian students to convert F1 to H1B. Secure a job with an H1B sponsoring employee. Work on OPT or STEM OPT before applying for H1B. Ask your employer to file an H1B petition. Understand the H1B visa lottery system. Change of status from F1 to H1B. The pipeline.
Convert from H1 to H1. That is the reason most of the people come here.
But isn't F1 just for people who are coming here to study and not to work?
Yes.
So do you think it's a bit of a fraud to come here to study and then end up...
Go back too.
Did you go back before you got the H1?
No.
Okay, so you came here on F1.
Yes.
And now you're...
30.
Are they getting paid legal minimum wage in Texas?
Here, no F1 students working.
No
Here
F1 students?
These all I have work permits. We have all work
On
permit
OPT?
students.
F1, H1B, O1?
I have a work authorization.
I know you
My
do.
employers have all work authorizations.
So you're not employing any F1 students? On the record, yes or no?
No.
You promise me?
Yes.
You would swear to God?
Yes.
Swear on your mother's name?
Why you are asking like that questions?
Obviously, the H1B is a non-immigrant visa. When will you be going back to India?
We are thinking to go soon, but we are not sure what
Okay.
date.
And how have you liked Texas thus far?
It's good. I like US. I like India more. That is the reason I'm trying to go back. Basically, at the end of the day, our family is important, right? Our family is in India, so we need to go back to India.
I see. Are you
I like her attitude. You have to go back.
married here?
Yep.
Is he also on H1B?
Yes.
So 2 H1Bs, and do you guys have children?
Yes.
Were they born and raised here?
Yes.
Do your children have Indian citizenship as well?
No.
No, okay.
They have the Anchor babies. We must remove birthright citizenship.
I told you, right? If you want records, to come with the legal, okay? I can show all my employee information with the date.
Let's see.
I don't want to.
Okay, you're gonna show me the paperwork or what?
Who? For me?
Me.
No, you don't have to right to come inside.
I
okay?
just did.
You can just out.
Why don't you just show me the paperwork and I'll be on my way? Do you illegally pay F1 students?
I'm gonna be honest. The guy doesn't have to show any of the paperwork, and I mean, like, if even if right, like, I was being confronted and I'm a natural American citizen, I'd be like, why, Mr. YouTuber, would I show you my paperwork? That's kind of weird, right? Like, I understand why he's asking the question, but I genuinely would be on the shopkeeper's side for this. It's like, why would I show you my workers' immigration papers, Mr. YouTuber? That's a little much. Millions must go, Dio. Stay home, Dio.
Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. I hope not.
Yeah.
Hi, man. When I asked him to swear on his mother's name, he postured up. I thought he was going to throw down. I thought I was going to get punched for the first time in my life by an Indian. So this is a meme right now. Please be patient, student driver. This is a kind of a joke, a meme online because there's so many of them. Are you a student driver?
No, I'm not.
Why do you have the student driver sticker?
No, why are you taking video?
We're doing a survey for people that have student driver stickers.
I'm not a student.
Do you?
So, okay, that's really confusing. What the fuck is the point of having the sticker on if they're not a student driver? That doesn't give you any benefits.
Do you have a student driver in your family?
Before I am a student driver, so I kept it. I forgot to remove it.
How old are you?
30.
I have a sticker which I
She looks way older than 30. What the heck?
put it
You
inside
have a
my.
student driver sticker?
That's for my girlfriend, so.
Come on. So your girlfriend has a student driver sticker.
And she has a student driver license.
Is your girlfriend a little girl?
No.
How old is she?
She's about 30. She just started driving. She wouldn't drive. Learning to drive.
I see. Did she know how to drive in India?
Yeah.
I see. So it's a difficult translation over here?
Yeah, it's left to right.
Chat, why do they all have Teslas? Have you seen how many Teslas are fucking parking here? What the fuck is going on?
And all that stuff. Probably she did her course 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Generally, it looks a little scammy almost.
Sure, yeah. Now I know that's a great thing. I'll remove that.
Is that your sticker?
Yes.
It is? Yes. Are you a student driver?
No.
Why do you have that sticker?
My kid sometimes drives
I see.
But if so many of these highly specialized
What is the... I don't understand, chat. What is the point of putting that sticker on when they're not student drivers? That doesn't make sense to me. You can drive like shit and not get stopped? Really? And so they don't get a ticket for not having a license? Really? I didn't know that you could be a student driver, like if you got pulled over and you had a student driver sticker. I thought you still had to have like a permit or some shit, right? Like, I had to have a permit. You've seen a ton of those around town lately, and you're pretty sure it's an excuse to drive like shit? What the fuck?
H-1B Indians first came to America to study at our colleges and then stayed here until they got an H-1B visa to work. Then why exactly aren't
Future
American
MD.
students educated in the same schools qualified to work
True.
the jobs we've been told we need these
True.
Indians for? Are Indians somehow vastly more overqualified than every other nationality on the planet and therefore receive 70% of America's H-1B visas? I met
It's actually their lack of toilet usage that makes them better employees in the tech sector.
up with Mavash Siddiqui, a U.S. Foreign Service officer with 21 years of experience in national security and foreign policy, who worked as a visa officer at the U.S. consulate in India to understand what's going on here.
I'm not representing the US government. I'm not representing any other entity. It is just me, myself, and I speaking from my personal experience as a consular officer in India, which was 20 years ago. So an H-1B visa is a guest worker visa. It's a temporary status visa. You abide by the laws of the United States as a non-immigrant, and then your permanent residence needs to be in India, so you have to return back. When I served in India, my job was initially to basically focus on what is known as non-immigrant visas, that it is a travel document which is meant for temporary visitors. What I saw in terms of industrialized fraud was there was systemic corruption and fraud happening because everybody and their mother wanted to go to the United States. In that jurisdiction of Chennai, we were mainly seeing...
If she saw massive amounts of fraud, what did she do about it? Is my question. Right? Like, did she report it to anyone? Did she do anything other than facilitate it?
A lot of fraud patterns come from Telangana, the Telugu community, and really ravenous hunger amongst the 16 to 45 years of age people to basically use the visa loophole in order to cut the line and actually emigrate to the US. So the intent was to come to the US, work here, find an avaricious lawyer, go to the Department of Homeland Security, you change your status from like a visitor visa to a permanent residence. This hunger and craving that I...
Considering how much scamming in that culture is considered a good thing, like if you scam someone, that makes you virtuous and the person who got scammed is just a fucking dumbass, right? It does not surprise me that there are like fake mills in order to get people their papers for immigration.
Created this systemic, massive ecosystem of fraud. For instance, when I went as part of the fraud management unit to this place called Hyderabad, there is a huge back industry called Amirpet. There's a visa industry where you have storefronts after storefronts focused on basically creating fraudulent documents. So a lot of F1 students, I'll give you an example. There were 400 of them and they all had the same bank documents, but they had the guts to present these documents, which basically were fake transcripts, fake bank statements, and also, fake degree certificates or high school.
Hey, it's all fraud. And apparently if we want to do something about the fraud, we're like racists or something, which is a really fucking dumb line of trying to stamp down any opposition to this. If you are someone who is like I would like immigrants to be here, you should also want to stamp down on the fraud. Because the more fraud that happens and the more it goes unchecked, the more the natives are going to get fed up and be like, I don't give a shit. I don't want any of you here, regardless of why you're here. The more strain you put on the native population to accept people doing fraudulent and criminal activities, the more the backlash is going to hurt people who weren't even involved in fraudulent activity, right? It's insane that we are supposed to tolerate something like this.
Diplomas, etc. So it was industrialized in the sense there were factories and they also had these storefronts saying green card would be possible within 6 months kind of thing. Like, we were just like so overwhelmed that there was this pressure to issue, right?
And where was this pressure coming from?
The U.S. Embassy in Delhi had obviously a political appointee ambassador. This is during the George W. Bush days. And then we had obviously the consul general, but there were politicians who were pressuring, whether from the South India arena or from Delhi itself, saying you need to issue visas in order to make a better, stronger bilateral relationship happen. Even if that individual is not qualified. At one point we had this ludicrous pressure to say if that person is not a terrorist, go ahead and issue thing. And
that is crazy. And it kind of reminds me of the level of corruption that we have here in American schools, where it doesn't matter if a child is illiterate, they're unable to perform like math or reading or English at their grade level. There's pressure for the schools to pass them anyways, because otherwise they'll be called racist or they're afraid of losing funding. And so all of these people that or kids rather, all of these kids that should be held back so that they can actually get the information that they need and learn what they need to do because they're so behind, aren't getting that attention, and they're holding back the other students who should be moving on to harder concepts but can't because, no child left behind, brother.
So we started the system in Chennai to revoke H-1B visas where we saw a lot of fraud happen. The United States spits out 150,000 people a year. Amongst 800,000 students, you have 100,000 who've gone through this rigorous computer science coursework, and then they're told they don't have an opportunity to work in our industry. But then you have these Indian H-1Bs come in with just a Microsoft certification. Some even had the guts to present us with graphic designing, which is very different from, taking C, C++, assembly language,
Very
SQL,
different.
third degree calculus. That's very different. So it's just interesting how we had a very hard time revoking these because it's not like a simple revocation. It's a bit of a uphill battle for a public servant or a consular officer to revoke those, where the burden of proof falls on me. After a long, grueling day of interviewing 200 people, you have a stack of these H-1B revocations that you have to type up and send to the Department of Homeland Security and say, this is why we suspect fraud, which means, you're providing pictures and documents and a narrative and et cetera, et cetera.
I hope she's not building this up to be like, and that was just too much effort for a lot of people at the consulate. I really hope that's not where this is going.
We don't have that luxury of time. So I saw the crack.
There it is. We don't have the luxury of time to submit all these fraud reports.
And I warned people.
Are these H-1B visa holders superior to Americans in every way imaginable?
Absolutely not in screaming letters and OT, So that's the halo effect.
Based lady calling it out as they're just scamming. They're not qualified. They shouldn't be here. Get them out. Get them out.
That they have benefited from, essentially because of, the Indian lobby. Everyone's benefiting in this whole system, right? There's kickbacks that everyone gets. The
sure.
visa back industry is there. So
it's like back when I was working in insurance. We had a protocol for filing our claims, right? So we would call the other insurance company and be like, hey, I'd like to set up 1 claim, 5 claims, 20 claims, what the fuck ever, right? And if you couldn't get an answer, some smaller insurance companies, not like State Farm or Progressive or whatever, smaller companies, they wouldn't have as many people manning the phone, so sometimes you wouldn't get an answer. And so you would have to log in your sheet I tried calling this insurance company at 2:42, didn't get an answer, we'll call back later. And then you do a follow-up call back an hour or 2 later. I can't remember exactly how much time was suggested we wait. You call them back and you either get to file the claim or you put hey, they didn't answer a second time, so I'm kicking it back. And there were many, many kickbacks that were done because I've explained before how the insurance claim stuff went, where I would call and I'd be like, hey, my name is Kirsche and I have 70 fucking claims to file with you and I would appreciate if we could get through it really, really fast. I'm going to talk really fast and we're going to get through this and we're going to have really big numbers for the day. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Right? And so some people wouldn't be able to do that. And you'd get on the phone and you'd get, hello, I'm from small insurance agency. I hear you wanted to file 2 claims with us today, and each one is gonna take about 40 minutes in order to get into our system. And, people didn't want to get that kind of person. So there were some people who would pretend that they called, and they would mark it as I called twice and I didn't get an answer, so I'm kicking it back. When I got promoted to manager, my job was to look through these kickback reports and either send them back to big headquarters and be like, hey, our employees tried filing these claims, we couldn't, it's your problem now. Or I look into it and I find that they lied about having tried contacting the company, and then I send it back to the employee being like, don't fucking lie, you retard bitch. Obviously, I would say it in a professional manner. But I had the daytime manager come to me and say that I was sending back to the employees too many of their kickback requests. And I was like, well, in order to send the kickback request to big headquarters, I have to sign with my signature and verify with my signature that no, we could not complete this claim, we did everything correctly, and we could not get it done. That's why it's being sent back to you. And so if I find that someone's lying about having contacted the other company when they never fucking did, I'm not gonna put my signature on that report saying that we did the correct things, because we didn't. And the daytime manager fucking hated me for that, because I absolutely refused to lie to the higher ups about the laziness of people in our department. You love it when managers try to get you to commit a crime? What fun. Yeah, it's just like, I don't give a shit how lazy people want to be. I give a shit about shit being done the right way, man.
People have created this narrative. It's almost like information operations against the United States, right? Where
we are somehow inferior to the labor supply in India.
Exactly, right? And there is a visa category that they could leverage called the O1 visa, where they were indeed those, you know, super geeks or very smart people. But these are not exemplary individuals. These are run-of-the-mill people. But when they come here between the 16 to 45 years of age, and
the people that she's talking about are the immigrants who are killing our middle class and our poor. Like, if all of these people are coming here and they're not qualified for anything, and she's saying that they give fraudulent papers even, how are any kind of teenagers or like low priority jobs supposed to get filled by Americans, right? We have plenty of Americans who don't have like a high school education who could work these jobs. We have plenty of Americans who might be qualified for something higher, but they're unable to find work at the moment. They can work these jobs. We have plenty of Americans who are some kind of disabled but functioning, and they want to contribute, they want to participate. They can work these jobs. We're disenfranchising so many Americans in order to bring in so many fraudulent immigrants. It helps no one but the people coming here to try and take riches from our country just for themselves.
Ones who have basically taken the F1 visa route, and then they get sashayed into the OPT program, and then they get preferential treatment by the Silicon Valley managers and the various IT industry managers who are basically get seated in the H-1B managerial role. They would prefer their own Indian people, because it's not about necessarily...
Once again, if the immigrants who come here on visas, especially if they fraudulently obtained their visa, only will hire their own co-ethnics once they get into a managerial or higher position, how are you expected to compete in an arena built for meritocracy when all of these other people are hiring on racial or caste lines? You can't. You've been excluded from the game. You are not able to compete against people if they're hiring on racial and ethnic lines. And you've been told that that is bad.
Oh, because the Indians are the best and the brightest. You know, bribery is quite normalized. The sad part is I saw a lot of H-1Bs as well as J-1s, especially physicians and others who have bought their seats into medical school. And you have 40%
Chinese
percentile on your score sheet. You're basically an F student, but you can get ahead. That sort of stuff does not jive with our values. Our values are very different. Any minority American would have a...
She is also saying like this scamming stuff is built into their culture. She's describing Izzat without using that word, right? So just stop them from coming over. I really like that he sat down and interviewed someone who worked in the consulate and so had firsthand knowledge of this. Like someone who doesn't believe in the visa scamming probably isn't going to believe any actual facts and truth that you show them, but I think rational people can hear this woman speak, and even if they don't like the way that Tyler Oliveira does his documentary stuff or his on-the-ground interviews, even if they think he's too far to the right or too bombastic or whatever the fuck, they can still listen to this lady who lived it for 20 years and is experienced with the scam culture and how much of it is fraud, and can understand, hey, we need to fucking fix this.
First chance to get into any of these big IT companies because the value system is different, where, the H-1B manager would expect that these people that he's bringing in, whether he or she are bringing in, the idea is to get a cut from their salaries. It's almost like a pyramid scheme. It's like a kickback scheme. It's like pay skimming, for instance. So
I love how they put the fucking chud jack.
Nice quid pro quo system, and everyone's happy. No one outs the other. And that basically the IT manager does know that if he or she gets outed, then this person will lose their job. So it's kind of like an honor among thieves. So today, I don't know what things look like, but I'm aware, you know, from a lot of my colleagues who are currently working that fraud has ballooned.
India's fake degrees, hundreds in Singapore, Malaysia, US, Canada left questioning qualifications after Manev Bharti University scandal. The private university in Himachal Pradesh state sold 36,000 degrees for as little as $1,362 each, an Indian government agency investigation found. Graduates of the institution are now being pressured by employers around the world to prove that their qualifications are genuine. I can only imagine that's racist, Sar. You cannot ask me to prove my qualifications. That is racist. You are bigot.
So then you have like religious workers being invited on an H-1B. You have accountants being invited on an H-1B. These are not specialized skills. Teachers being invited. Are colleges and universities create the...
Okay, well, I mean, to be fair, an H-1B visa Indian with 0 qualifications is still probably a better teacher than like a blue-haired communist freak. I'll give India that one. All right.
These wonderful, best and brightest computer scientists and computer programmers and engineers. After a 4-year college degree, we go through rigorous training. That holistic training that happens in the United States far supersedes what you find amongst the H-1B cloud.
And out of all the 50,000 plus visa applications, how many of those were legitimate?
There were, I mean, easily between 70 to 80%. That was my denial rate. And we created that gold rush.
One example.
70 to 80% were fraudulent. That is the best and brightest, by the way. 70 to 80% fraudulent. Yeah, you know, I think I agree. With a 70 to 80% fraudulent rate, they are the best and brightest because they're able to still come here, and people in the US are like, oh, but why would they lie? They're necessary. These are the good immigrants. They do the jobs that Americans aren't qualified for. Look, we must help them. Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. They're scamming you. That makes them smarter than you. So I mean, I guess technically it's true.
Example of how H-1B Indians are used to suppress American wages. It all starts with this guy who needs some more cheap labor. To avoid the headache and cost of hiring an American, he outsources the...
Imagine letting a white male have a job. I couldn't think of a worse thing than letting a white male succeed somewhere.
Job to an IT staffing company. This IT staffing company claims to have an army of high-skilled H-1Bs to fulfill the contract, all at a cheaper cost. And most of the time, these IT staffing companies will rent an office like the empty ones you're about to see, put that address on their H-1B's employees' paperwork, basically telling the government, don't worry, here's the office where he'll be working. But the reality is, the IT staffing company won't use that office for anything and will send the H-1B employee directly to the client's worksite. The client gets cheaper labor without the responsibility of sponsoring the H-1B. The H-1B makes great money compared to what they'd make in India. They can work towards getting a green card in the US, and most importantly, they don't have to live in India. All while the...
So see, this sounds great if you're anyone except an American watching this video. And if you're an American watching this video, you're gonna get pissed the fuck off. And then everyone is gonna tell you that you're wrong to be pissed the fuck off, because for some reason, everyone thinks it's a human right to have access to Americans' labor and American opportunities. It just feels like so many people around the world, including Europeans, just feel like America doesn't deserve to be a country. And so we're treated as some sort of like economic whipping zone where everyone is entitled to everything in America except the actual Americans. And it's really frustrating to see that, because I'm sure if you tried saying like your country shouldn't belong to you to other people, they'd get pissed. Like imagine going to like an Indian and being like, yeah, you guys clearly can't govern your own country. Like Britain should just come back and colonize you again. Imagine how angry they would be, right?
The IT staffing company collects the spread between what they underpay their H-1B employee and what the client pays them. It's a win-win-win for everyone but the American worker.
India number one. Number one.
Now let's go investigate these genius Indian IT staffing companies littered all over Texas.
There is a single company, Qubits Tech Systems LLC, with 8 LCAs, all from this residential home.
What?
Bunch of software developers here making $51 an hour.
Yeah, this seems legit.
Hi there.
Man, missed opportunity. Why didn't they buy the house with the 10101? All right, like that would have made their scam a bit more believable. Okay.
Site inspection.
Hey, who is this?
Hi there. This is Tyler. I'm here to conduct a worksite inspection. Am I speaking to Hari Madiraju?
It's not.
Huh? Sorry, you cut off there.
So I am not at home. So what is this? I am in the office. Who is this speaking?
Is there another work site that you're working from?
Yeah, 4425 West Airport.
West Airport? Okay, so there's no one working from the residential address here?
Why do they work for where is your home?
Excuse me?
So is this also committing tax fraud by claiming that his business is at his place of residence so that he can have write-offs on his personal taxes? Hey, what a scam!
Where is your home? Do you live in your home or do you live in your toilet or somewhere?
What the fuck even kind of question is that? Minus 50 is that?
No, I don't live in my toilet, sir. So I'm only asking because the LCAs state that this is the address. Is that not the case?
No.
So you don't...
Go to my
that fucking guy's face.
Are you from government?
No, I'm not from the government. I'm conducting an independent investigation.
If you are not for government...
Yes?
Work right now, I don't have any people, but you can go to the workplace and work there.
All right.
What?
We'll take a look at your office. Thank you. Some attitude.
Yeah. But why would this guy file 8 LCAs with the worksite listed as his residential home? So we went to his office only to find a collaborative worksite and his completely empty unit.
No one in their office. Hari Madiraju finessed us. Let's give him a phone call.
Please leave your message for 214.
You son of a bitch.
*69.
And strangely enough, many of these ghost offices were...
He hit him with the "you son of a bitch." It's like Dr. Uncle Turtle Boy with the Tuesday nights anal night.
often clustered in the same locations, starting with V4 Tech.
V4 Tech, very official. Okay, take a look inside. We see some sort of Eastern monk-like statue right there. We have an empty little meeting room in the back here. It's almost like no one's here.
Who would pay thousands of dollars a month to rent an office with no signs of human life, locked during work hours in the middle of the work week with no...
Someone who's getting way more money than what that rent costs in order to do this fraudulent business.
Employees in sight.
I have a question for you. Do you know where they're at? Your neighbors?
No idea.
No idea? Okay, thanks so much. A little...
It costs money to rent this place. And it's during business hours, during the week.
It's a ghost office, a shell. They have paper compliance. They have the physical location they can register their H-1Bs to, and then they can send them off to go work elsewhere. So V4 Tech Inc., completely empty. They should be here. Someone should be here. 420. This is going to be a good one.
And there were more ghost offices all over this complex.
420?
All right, we got no sign on this one. Hello?
Man... When I was talking to my financial advisor, one of the accounts I set up, like my overall like fee was like $420, and I was like, oh yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, let me give you like a 20% discount. Hold on, and I was like, oh, I love saving money, but also I had like a meme number to pay. I was like the first time I was sad that I was getting a discount.
Hello? They ever show up here? Yeah.
Hello.
I just want to ask you, do you guys actually have neighbors? Does anyone ever show up?
That's a great question.
It's a good question, right?
That's a great question. Why are you asking this question?
Because we're convinced that this is a body shop. And they have paper compliance, and no one actually works out of here. There's like 9 separate units in this business complex. No one's here. These ghost offices. I'm ready. Yeah.
Is that on?
It's on. We're ready.
He is thinking correctly. You are thinking correctly.
NG Talent Tech Group LLC, based in this office, filed 23 LCAs, and there wasn't a soul in their
unit. That guy looked so
Everything
fucking
was
tired,
empty.
man.
Hello?
Hello?
Knock, knock.
This one didn't even have a sign on the door.
Talenton Technologies claims to have 6 H-1Bs. No one's here. In-office presence on the following days. Tuesday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Where were our elite Indian engineers and programmers holding the American economy on their shoulders?
We have DevApps IT. This is the best looking one thus far. We have
Ghost offices are the true boss after ghost kitchens. Well, somebody's got to buy all these buildings that went empty during COVID. Let's be honest, right? This is helping the economy.
11 H1Bs. No one's here.
I would need the Amish
Hello.
to make
Hey, do you know if your
ornate
neighbor's here?
carvings.
I hardly see anybody over there now.
We think they might be running a body shop.
Oh, right here in Frisco?
Yeah.
I get it.
What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. Last time I saw somebody here was probably 4 months ago.
4 months ago? That's crazy. Were they Indians?
Yeah.
They appear to be body shops. Basically, all I'm asking is, are there revolving doors of empty office complexes with a bunch of
And
Indians?
there's revolving people.
Revolving
So
people, different people.
We're in this unit here.
Okay.
The one next to us.
Okay.
People show up about every...
So you see a new group of people coming in and out of there?
And most of the time it's empty.
It's empty.
Like probably 11 months out of the year.
If you found out there were 10 body shops running out of this complex, what would your thoughts be?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It just, the way that things are here in America right now, it just...
He keeps saying body shops, so it makes me think like mechanic and car, but it's like wellness. I've been conditioned to think body shop equal car.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like,
you think we're cooked?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It doesn't seem like Abbott really cares that much. Like, he's probably getting paid himself. So our whole
Probably.
government's cooked.
But to my
Probably.
surprise, we finally
Didn't we watch a clip of Abbott saying that like Texas is for Indians or some shit, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This and the shell company fraud has been around forever, unfortunately.
Found an office with an Indian inside, but the sign they had hanging in their office listed a different
ESG!
company than what they had filed under.
Is this Grand IT LLC? You guys work here?
Yeah.
This is a body shop?
No, it's IT service.
Are you guys a staffing company?
IT staff.
Sweet. What's your name?
Sachin.
Sachil? Tyler. Good to meet you.
Tyler, what's the name of this place?
Grand IT
Why is he wearing a
LLC,
Prada
right?
shirt? Isn't that a designer brand?
Wait, what's this?
Chat, I have
You guys share
Supreme
offices or
Orange
what?
that I can eat.
No.
I don't have a
So are
fork
you guys
though, so I have
Grand
to get my
IT
hand
or
wet.
executive
Both.
software?
We have both companies.
Both, okay. And you're not a scammer.
Who was Executive
I just don't
Software
believe you.
Guild Inc., and who is this Prada-dripped Indian? Where were the other employees?
What do we got? We got a brand new TV right here.
Yeah, it's a brand new TV. It's like a regular meeting.
People should have never trusted Abbott. He won't stand up for anything. And I think that's the hardest fucking part, right? That's the hardest part, because we have people who will say things, right? Like, I've recently been enjoying seeing, like, what Randy Fine is saying on Twitter. But every time I like something that he says, I'm like, how honest is he being, though? Is he going to actually do these things? Because now we're in the age of Republicans are going to say things that their constituents want to hear, and so that they get voted for, but then they fucking do nothing. And Democrats, meanwhile, pretend to be moderates to get normies to defend them and be like, oh no, people to the right of center are just crazy. Democrats would never do that. They want to help our country. And then they get voted into office and they're like, all right, we lied to you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all the white people money. We're going to kill all the conservatives, and we're going to just have a nation with no borders. Welcome, comrade.
Area.
Okay. And how many people work here?
6 people.
Okay. What are their names?
So, I mean, we have multiple people changing. We have Vishnu, we have Madhavi, we have Hari. They are working directly from the client area.
And tell me some of the clients.
I can't barely understand this guy.
Where the H1Bs get staffed at. Are we talking like Verizon, like Deloitte? Who do we got?
We work for multiple clients. We work for USAA. We also work for Verizon.
So I gotta ask, why would anyone print out LCAs and pin them on the wall?
I mean, if someone like a ICE department, we can just show them directly. If they come for any verification of the candidate, we can show them. Yeah, we are doing the certification of Norix.
And we have software developer. We have who's this guy? What does he do?
Who's this guy?
Is the owner of the company.
Okay,
Vishnu is the owner of the. Isn't
we got
Vishnu
another
a
sort of
god?
empty office set up here, and I like that quote. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. It's a good point. So why is it the Maryland labor law postings up there?
I mean,
And it's like the workers' comp and trying to figure out all the Maryland paperwork right here.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking questions. Yeah.
we work for the Maryland state as well.
I see. So you guys do CPA
I just don't
for
believe
Maryland?
you.
Like, oh, you guys do like.
You have to remember, Oliveira makes a lot of money out of exposing fraud. He doesn't get a lot of money out of stopping it. I mean, what can he do to stop it, right? This is what he can do to stop it. He's not a politician. He can't actively, like, arrest these people or do anything, you know? Gun! You can't just kill people because they're committing fraud. in this country. What the fuck even is that comment? Like, I get what Doc Incredible means, right? Like, there's obviously people who have a vested interest in keeping, like, arguments going and being on the losing side, right? There are obviously people who are like, oh, I want to complain and I want to bitch, but I don't want solutions because complaining and bitching, help, oh god, is how I make money, right? Maybe, but I don't think Tyler can do anything. He's exposing the fraud, which is about, like, as much as he can do here. He's just some guy, right? It's like I can't change much of anything besides getting involved locally, like I encourage you guys to do.
Counting too?
Yeah, counting too.
That makes sense. And you're not lying to me? Huh? You're not lying to me?
No.
Okay, all right.
That's the reason we have posted all these.
I see. I would just think you would post, like, Texas, like,
right?
Texas labor law and postings, you know? Because we're in Texas. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking.
And why was there freshly unboxed furniture and appliances scattered throughout the mostly empty
Cookies!
office? Not to mention, why was this on their wall?
What
On
is
our
that?
way out, I couldn't help but notice this six-figure luxury car.
He said, why was this on their wall? But what is it? Labor connection application for immigrant workers, form ETA, whatever the fuck, U.S. Department of Labor, employment and wage information, piece of employment information, enter the estimated turnover of workers that will perform work at time or at this place of employment under the LCA. Ooh, wait, City Alameda, California. What the hell? Wage rate paid to non-immigrant workers, $155,805. Prevailing wage rate is the same. A PW obtained independently from the Occupational Employment Statistics Program. That's kind of fucking weird. Why is this for someplace in California? And why are they putting down the wage paid for non-immigrant workers instead of the wage being paid for the immigrant workers, as this is a U.S. Department of Labor form for immigrant workers? That don't make no goddamn sense.
On our way out, I couldn't help but notice this six-figure luxury car in the parking lot.
Oh, yo, I gotta ask him.
How does he know how much cars cost? Men are fascinating.
Is this your Range Rover? My man, don't be humble. Give us a quick whip tour. This thing's badass.
A whip tour.
See, that's proof of the American
dream.
See,
that's how you get someone on your side and giving you information. You gotta fucking blow them up like that, man. Like, oh, that's a real nice car. Tell me about it, man. And then they'll get like, yeah, I gotta tell you about it. You know I'm important.
Right there. The American dream's real, right?
The IT staffing business.
The American dream is real, and Americans are paying for it so foreigners can have it.
Ghost offices.
Okay, so we have Slesha IT Inc. right there. There's a guy inside. Hi there. Are you working on behalf of Slesha IT?
Yes.
Okay, hi there. My name's Tyler.
Slanesh.
We're conducting a workplace inspection.
Okay.
Are the other 4 engineers that work here present today?
Uh-huh.
Where are they?
In each room.
Oh, in each room? Can you show me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. How are you doing today?
Yes,
okay,
cameras.
who's this? Hi.
This appeared to finally be the first company with actual H-1B
That guy was
Indians
so fuzzy.
on site working on their laptops, as you might have hoped. While they are replacing American workers, I guess at the very least they're real.
Are you allowed to be in
Why did they zoom in on that?
Who let you in?
He did.
But you told some workplace inspection, right?
Yeah, I'm conducting a workplace investigation
You're
on behalf
from
of
News,
owners.
right?
Correct.
Then how are you?
Correct, I am
just
from
knocked on the door and
News.
you guys let me in.
And we would like you to go now.
And I'm heading out.
All right, 1300 West Walnut Hill Lane, Irving, Texas. Let's go. Finding an Indian in an office was like a needle in a haystack. Most of the time, my knocks were met with silence and a locked door. The American economy seemed faker to me by the second.
No one's here at either of the Pamela locations.
I mean, technically, wouldn't this be the
Margins for these
Indian
IT
economy at this
staffing
point? Let's be
companies
real.
must have been enormous. To rent offices purely to achieve compliance on paper for the labor condition applications they needed for
Their website appears to be
H-1B
AI
armies.
written.
6 in-office
Hi, if you
LCAs.
record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
there should be 6 LCAs in that office.
And then I finally found another Indian whose story painted an even bleaker vision
Another
of the
Indian?
future.
AI?
How many H1Bs do we have in office today?
Right now, we don't have any.
We don't have any?
Actually closing the company.
You're closing the company?
Yes.
Okay, so you have the LCAs on the wall here.
Yes.
You guys are going out of business?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear.
Butterfly man.
So
Okay.
basically, this is what happened, right? So
Yeah.
basically, we were in the business for almost 10 years.
Okay.
We filed all the H1s, but later on, like because of this AI and everything,
Yeah.
so we kind of, wrapping it up, everything, and then it's kind of closing off.
His entire H-1B staffing company imported from India was now obsolete as AI became increasingly advanced. As Americans were replaced by Indians, the Indians were beginning to be replaced by AI.
Oh my god. Chat, it all comes back to my joke from like fucking 8 years ago. The Chinese will eventually come to power, chat. The Muslims are gonna come in and they're gonna take over. The Indians won't be able to stop them. The Muslims will remove the gays. The Chinese will come in and remove the Muslims. And then we can finally take our country back by removing the Chinese. It always comes back to that joke, and it terrifies me.
This misconception that all the H1 guys are like they are taking the jobs.
Yeah.
The thing what I wanted to explain is that these are not full-time jobs, right? So they are on a specialized skills. Only then they have those jobs and get it. But if you ask me, is there an abuse? Probably I would say yes. But then if you take the percentage of it, might be very less. And definitely what I would say is probably USCIS investigating all the things. They have to do all the paperwork and everything good.
Countless offices were husks of their former selves. Perhaps the IT gold rush was over.
A nod pag.
Worksite inspection.
With signs still on the wall.
Okay, come on in.
The paperwork on file led us on a wild goose chase to the back room.
Not a single piece of furniture here.
Oh, they
The
found
sign
the
on
back of the
door.
Scientology
Empty
castle.
room, empty everything. Do the lights even work? Are they paying electricity? They are. We'll confirm at the front desk. If
Are they
anyone's
paying
renting this out.
electricity, or are
How
the people
you
who
doing?
own the building paying for the
Well,
electricity
worksite
because these are just rented
inspection
offices?
For Anand Pag Inc. Are they paying rent currently with you guys?
They moved out like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Each ghost office left us with even more questions than we had initially. Where
That's
was
fucking 2 years
USCIS
ago.
verifying that these work sites were in fact legit and that these H-1B Indians weren't locked up in a basement somewhere being forced to code C++?
52 LCAs, 3 companies, 1 suite.
And nobody's gonna be there.
Hi there. Is Synaptic and Cohash still in Suite 100?
Yes, they are.
Okay, is it a shared office?
Yes, it is.
A shared but empty office. Why rent out your own entire office when you could share one with several other companies? This was even more cost effective.
Hello, worksite inspection.
How much of the commercial real
I
estate...
think there's an Indian who's disgusted with the Izzat culture and is willing to show all the corruption. I'm pretty sure the guy that is with Tyler here, from the beginning of the video, I'm pretty sure he mentioned, like, being Indian or something? I might be fucking crazy, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Economies propped up by companies like these renting out
Yeah, this
units
guy.
to
This
have a
fucking guy.
work site on paper for their H-1B employees that are nowhere to be found.
Worksite inspection. Worksite inspection. This country is all an illusion. No one's around. So they should have 4 people working on site. Do we have anyone here today? No one? Okay. So you pay them $20 a month to get an office space in the ether, maybe a mailbox, so you have paper compliance. But where are these people working? In the digital mailbox? In the cyberspace? Where are these Indians? This country is a joke, and you're living in it.
Yes.
And you're paying for it.
Yes, we are paying for the
Fully
joke,
empty.
and I'm sick
Those
of
right here,
it.
we have Sapnex LLC. 3 companies are registered to this location. Looks to be a completely empty office, nothing in there. Take a look. Emptiness is all I can see. We have 4 H-1Bs, and guess who comes back? Shand Parvathaneni, our same attorney, is the recurring thread. He's threaded into many of these companies in different locations all across the DFW area. Could it be a coincidence?
Can we
Very
get
well
an
could be.
interview with that
It
guy?
could just be the guy, the attorney, the Better Call Saul of LCAs.
He's
So
Vishnu.
I called Chand Parvathaneni, an Indian immigration attorney who files LCAs and H-1B petitions on behalf of countless companies with ghost offices that I visited throughout this.
He kind of looks like the AI version of the Indian that runs YouTube that was sent to me in an email to try and steal my YouTube account.
Video. Could he perhaps explain what was going on here?
I just want to ask you a few questions. I know I keep seeing your name pop up.
Sure. And like I said, I mean, I want you to ask anything and everything because this program has a problem. You want the best for this country. I want the best for this country.
Listen, we've gone through the LCAs. I see your name pop up, over 20,000 times from 2020 through the end of 2025. Yeah, and you're saying the burden to update all this information is on behalf of the employer to then update you, who then complies with the paperwork and gets it all handled, right? Is that?
That is correct. And number of times we see a lot of companies don't do it, which means they're not complying.
Sure.
And my responsibility is not to go, I keep on educating them, but if they don't do it, there's a site visit and the employee is not working where they're supposed to. Any non-immigrant person in this country, anybody, they have to let USCIS know where they live. It's a mandatory responsibility. The government has access to the systems. So when you talk about fraud, the fraud is not fraud that I know. Somebody's benched. That is where things start going haywire. The company goes...
So true, guy. The fraud is not fraud. So true.
So it doesn't start paying them. The employee is not working. And that is where it starts, not at the time of filing, because at the time of filing it is very easy.
Come on, Sean. Let's not be silly. But also, you could file a bunk LCA filing, right? And just put as many of those out there.
What good it would do to somebody to be obligated to say, hey, I want to pay somebody $100,000 and $30,000 in taxes? You just tell me.
I mean, let's say you get money and you get a lot of it and you don't have a moral back.
No, we don't get a lot of it. But I don't. I mean,
oh, come on. I know you're killing it. That's great. I mean,
No.
USA,
No.
that's awesome,
I
right?
tell you what, it's a law firm. There are other attorneys working, and that is where the problem is. And then the fees.
Non-immigrant as in a non-immigrant visa holder? Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
Fees is one of the lowest in the industries.
Come on. I know what lawyers make. Come on.
For a different perspective, I want to show you an office in Plano of one of the largest IT staffing companies.
His Izzat was chat. That's true. If he admits the fraud, that means he loses his Izzat, so he has to lie.
Companies on Earth. Tata Consultancy. Companies like Tata built the blueprints for these rink-a-dink mom-and-pop staffing companies with ghost offices we've been visiting. But the difference is they have real offices and real H-1B Indians doing work in the places they say they are at a massive scale. What they proved to corporate America is that they could outsource IT work to an Indian firm like theirs, get the job done with H-1B workers at a fraction of the cost of directly hiring Americans, and they could hold their H-1B Indian army captive due to their visa being tied to them. Ultimately,
hold on. While we're talking about people being held captive, I have to bring up this tweet again. It got fucking community noted. Community note: Nazis historically did not like Jewish people. Oh my god, you love to see it. That's fucking wild, man. Come on. Holy shit. That is amazing. I love to see it.
Companies like Tata are at the forefront of the replacement of skilled American laborers in exchange for cheaper, interchangeable, and captive H-1B Indians.
And this is also why Republicans don't do anything about it. They love the cheap-ass labor, and the Democrats love the voters.
For example, in 2015, last job of IT workers for Disney World Orlando was to train their H-1B replacements in 90 days that had been brought over by Cognizant. If these employees didn't train their new replacements, they were not eligible for bonuses or their severance packages.
That's
in fact,
disgusting.
Big outsourcing firms like Tata rarely even bother to sponsor green cards and often just import a new wave of H-1B Indians.
That is disgusting that not only are you forced to train your replacement who you're getting fired so they can hire a foreigner in your place, but they actively hold you hostage and refuse to pay you out bonuses or severance if you don't train your replacement. It's literally a humiliation ritual. Unironically, holy fuck.
Place the previous one once their visa expires. I pulled up to one of these outsourcing firms' offices in Plano just to see the H-1B Indian spawner hole in the flesh.
Hi. We're here to verify that 12 of the LCAs filed on behalf of 12 H-1B employees are on site and they have the paperwork on the wall.
Okay, let me just go one.
Excuse me, do you work on behalf of Tata? Yeah. Are you H-1B? Yeah. Okay.
This place was teeming with Indians whose sole job was to replace you lazy Americans watching this video.
Hi, my name's Tyler.
Well, do you have an appointment or pre-approved?
No appointment needed. Thanks so much. What is your name? Are you the manager?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would like to know things, right? That's the reason I'm asking you.
Sure. Have a great day.
Keep in mind, these H-1B employees are on non-immigrant work visas. They are temporary guests.
Don't shoot us, please.
Okay.
Don't show this place?
What is this for?
We're conducting a worksite inspection. Here to verify a few things, and we'll be out of the office.
You know what's crazy? When we sit here and we watch videos of like Americans or Europeans or whatever going over to like South Korea or Japan or the Philippines or wherever Ice Poseidon got arrested, and they do all of this like nuisance stuff and act like they can do whatever the fuck they want because they still have that weird mentality of like, I can do whatever the fuck I want and not get in trouble for it. And all of us are like, yeah, they're pieces of shit. They're causing a commotion. They're doing all this like obnoxious shit in public that doesn't mesh with the culture that they've gone over to. These people are being shitty. And yet, when foreigners come over here and defraud our systems and put Americans out of work and then tell us we can't even do anything to report on the fraud, we're the bigots for pointing out that they're being just as shitty as the temporary people from our countries going over to other countries and acting like assholes. And our people who go over there who are acting like assholes are just doing so in public instead of like bleeding tax dollars and jobs from the natural citizens. That's kind of crazy.
Okay, I won't do that.
And pursuant to 20 CFR section 655.760, any member of the public can demand the public access file, and failure to make this information available within 1 working day is a violation.
Brief worksite inspection. We're not trying to cause any trouble.
Imagine if you came to another country on a temporary visa and started smacking people's cameras. Give me a break.
That's
You work
fucked
here?
up.
Yes, I will. Okay, what's your name? We just want to see if the LCAs that have been filed for the H-1Bs here are publicly visible to the employees here. They should be on the wall.
If you were USCIS,
Yeah.
if you're an agent, if you were government,
Yeah.
we'd absolutely let you in. You're not, so
Yeah.
we're not going to allow that.
As per 20 CFR 655, H-1B labor condition application regulations, and 8 USC 1182N, you guys need to show the paperwork.
We would, to a government agency.
That's not what the law says.
Okay, you can take that up with our
Sure.
immigration
We will,
office
yeah.
here in Rockville, Maryland.
Sure.
People like this guy are worse because he is hastening the destruction of livability for all of the other Americans. Why would you do this? Why would you want to usher in the destruction of your own country and your own people? It just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. The well poisoner, send him to India too. True and real.
You're not going to show it? No, sir. Okay. Well, thanks for popping your head out. You are not in compliance. We appreciate your time. 6010 West Spring Creek Parkway. 4 IT staffing companies, 95 total LCAs, 38 H-1B conversions. There is no one home. Hi.
I'm an atomized
Doing good.
individual. And see, like, when he sees shit like this that is, like, very flagrantly against the laws that they're supposed to be following, that's something you can send to a politician who presides over that area and be like, hey, look what's happening in your jurisdiction. Are you going to do something about it? Because you should.
Someone come in here? There should be 18 people working out of here.
This is our virtual
Yeah.
office. There's 5 of us, but we can work from home.
This doesn't even have enough room for 5 people, much less 18. Worksite inspection. We have a building permit signage here indicating this place has been under renovation or construction since March 6, 2025, where if the employee's gone to work the last year. According to what I'm seeing here, there should be 34 people working on site.
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for No
What?
one is available to take your call.
And the difference
What?
between...
What was that?
Site.
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for No one is available.
Chumbara Voladale? We've beyond Star Wars names at this point. Even he's surprised. He's like, what the fuck is that?
to take your call.
Why is a
The
demon
difference between
coming
what
out
a
of
real
my floor?
H-1B worksite should look like compared to all of these ghost offices or seemingly staged worksites was immediately apparent.
Hey, are you Siusa? Siusa Inc.? Susa?
Yes.
How many people are on site right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where are you from, by the way?
From Germany.
Germany, okay. We do need to see those
him
LCAs,
out.
though, and then we're out of your hair.
Idris, I can forward this email document to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll write down. I mean, listen, hear me out. I know you have attorney-client privilege. Just be real with me, though. You meet these guys, they talk to you. How often do you think you're signing off on fraud?
Zero.
Now that you've
Zero.
seen these offices
know
that
stuff.
people have knocked on the doors, the empty offices.
At least that consulate lady that we watched the other day was honest about how much visa fraud was going on. This man can't lose his at, chat.
Flashback.
And out of all the 50,000 plus visa applications, how many of those were legitimate?
There were, I mean, easily between 70 to 80%. That was my denial rate. And
End of flashback.
Lights off, no one home, 3 p.m. The complete shell offices with ghost employees. No one can find where they work. You really think it's zero?
If you say that is there fraud that is found after the fact, yes.
There should be 3 people for Widespan LLC on site. There should be 1 person on site for Upward Innovations LLC. There should be 2 people on site for NK Technolabs.
There's like hardly anybody here today.
I'll tell you what USCIS does. USCIS will come back and say, hey.
I would never sign off on fraud, and if I did, I didn't know about it. And if I did know, it was small. And if it wasn't small, you can't prove anything. And even if you could prove anything, it's a good thing because Indian workers are better than Americans, and that's why you need us for your economy. Indians built this country! You bloody bastard!
We went to an address. This employer does not work over there. What exactly is going on? We want to revoke your H-1B. And then I go back to the employer. Hey, this is what USCIS has found. Now there's a problem. Do you have what exactly happened? Because you have to find out. Does it always mean there is fraud? No, because I'll tell you an example where it might not be fraud. A guy is working in Verizon, for example, in Dallas as a software developer, 6 months contract, and they reassign him to another project for say.
If I wasn't watching this video and knew that Tyler called this guy on the phone, I would be like, this isn't even a person. This is like a shitty voice modulator, man. Like, what are we doing?
Dr. Pepper, again in Dallas. If somebody's still working, still getting paid the same salary, still in the same role, you can change the work site. That is not a material change.
You would have
so
to
when you get an
amend
RFP,
the
you
LCA,
talk.
right?
No, not it is not a material change. But if it is Dallas to Dallas, it is not a material change. It's just a different work site in the same city.
UCSIS would need to verify the work site exists, the person exists, they're in the country, they're at the place they've stated they should be. How would that not be a problem?
So USCIS have rules. If it is a different metropolitan statistical area, it is a material change. Instead of working in Dallas, somebody moved to Austin, that is a material change.
UCSIS should be able to point at and say the guy works here, right?
Oh yes, and sometimes the work site changes. This third party consulting the work site could keep changing, because in this case the same LCA. Yeah, and that is a problem, and that is what I'm saying. And this is what people.
Complete lack of transparency. That's wild to me. That's mind blowing, actually. What Chand revealed to me is that employers have zero legal obligation to amend the LCA if the H-1B employee is working within the same metropolitan statistical area. This Dallas-Fort Worth-Arlington metroplex encompasses 13 North Texas counties, 9,286 square miles, with more than 200 incorporated cities and towns. So an IT staffing company like the ones we've seen can file an LCA listing at a ghost office in Frisco and then freely move that H-1B worker to a client site in downtown Dallas, Arlington, Fort Worth, Plano, Irving, McKinney, Denton, or any of the 200 plus cities and towns across 13 counties without ever filing a new LCA or amending the H-1B petition. So on a daily...
That seems like one hell of a loophole that, like, you just have no way of tracking these people who are supposed to be here temporarily?
A basis, USCIS does not know where the employee works, the DOL doesn't know, the client is not required to report anything to anyone, and the system, by design, is blind as to where this H-1B employee actually works, allowing plenty of room for things like underpayment, misrepresented job duties, and proxy work from India going unnoticed.
The contract is what shows there is availability of work. The problem with fraud, the contract is for 6 months. Everything goes good. Then what? Is somebody on the bench? That is fraud. Is the employer not paying the employee? That is fraud. That is where there is a big problem with H-1B. That is where all the fraud starts. And like you said, hey, this company doesn't exist now. When we call, there's no company. For example, on the day they filed, no, the company was there. Otherwise, because USCIS has their own big check.
But like, the more I hear people trying to make excuses for the fraud, and the more the fraud goes on and not enough gets done about it, the more I'm just like, shut it down, man. Shut everything completely the fuck off until we can actually fix things. And then ever so slightly turn it a little bit on so that people who actually want to come here, instead of defrauding our country, can.
1 minute the company doesn't exist. So I don't think the fraud is at that point. The fraud maybe 6 months, 1 year when the project is over, the company is not paying this guy this salary and this employee is not getting paid, the guy is getting benched. That is where all the fraud starts. And now, like you said, clearly, how do you detect that fraud? In my opinion, the government has access to the databases. Click of a button.
While listening to Chand, it's clear the system, by design, demands little to no real transparency and heavily relies on the employer operating in good faith. Clearly, USCIS was not inspecting all of these work sites to verify their legitimacy, begging the question, where are these Indians?
I feel like I'm in a library right now. Icon IT Solutions, here you are.
It's rabbit season. I'm hunting rabbit Indians.
I think we might need a little bit of help.
We have 13 LCAs. Open up, goddammit. Okay, next. Beyond. Hello, is this ESK? Okay, hi, my name's Tyler.
Hey, man.
Good to meet you. What do you guys do?
It's a software development.
Okay, where do you guys put your LCAs, your H-1Bs?
H-1Bs?
Yes.
Like H-1B guys?
Yes.
No, H-1B women.
Are you from ICE?
No. We're just doing a little video.
Oh, okay.
Wait. If your H-1B visa was legitimate, why would it matter if he was from ICE? Hold on, wait a minute.
Guys, like these guys are...
Exactly, yes. Because we keep showing up to like empty offices. You're the first office we've shown up to with human life.
Yeah, you can pick out.
Wow.
Can you check it out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Hi.
And this is my office. We don't have much H-1Bs.
Yeah.
I think only three H-1B.
3.
You said you know how these guys operate. Like
a fraud scheme literally called Icon It. Bruh. It's really insulting when it's that in your face, isn't it?
Maybe most of them work remotely because most of the IT works are remote.
Okay.
But I don't allow actually to do the remote work. I prefer my guys to be here.
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you.
Hey, enjoy the game. See you guys.
This guy brought up a good point. What happens when our H-1B prodigies are working remotely from home? I pulled up to Houston and met up with Nick Plum, a former Amazon L7 engineer laid off by Amazon, who has been speaking out against the Indianification of America. And we began our inspection of an apartment complex with several H-1B work sites listed as the apartments these Indians lived in. They're required to have a public access file available the moment an LCA is...
What? Why is there this on the door?
filed, and it must be accessible at the employer's work site within 1 day of filing. Let's see who has their paperwork in order.
Hello. Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Tyler. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Do you want to show me?
That's not an office. I'm an office call.
Okay.
Okay. We're here to review your public access files because this is a corporate work site for foreign workers. You should have your LCAs posted and your public access files available for review. Do you have those available?
What the fuck is between his eyebrows?
Hi. Hello. Daima? Good to meet you.
Also, they didn't need to show his feet. All right, I'm working from home right now, and my feet are bare as fuck. I just don't have Cheems ball licking them at the moment. Is that a Ring camera? Yeah, it was.
Tyler, you work on behalf of Cognizant?
Yes, I do. You should have a public access file for review.
What do you mean by the public access file?
So what it includes is the LCA, your labor condition application. It includes the prevailing wage study. Whatever your job is. If you'd like to have some.
Okay. So this is my work site.
What you're really seeing here is how rare USCIS compliance is, and how before remote work was common, at least you had a corporate office where the public access file could be filed and LCA notices could be posted.
Chat. Why the fuck does he have a wristwatch on his wall? There's no way that's like easily readable. What?
Sit on a wall. When the H-1B's work site is now just this guy's apartment, all of this info becomes harder to verify and easier to fake. While the Department of Labor doesn't have enough resources for in-person audits like these, they did create a provision to allow members of the public to demand the same info. The only problem is, nobody ever does. And of course, we stumbled into this engineer vibe.
Chat, what the fuck is all over his wall? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? You can't even blame that on a kid because there's a desk in the way. What the fuck is that?
Coding in real time. Just look at this guy's screen.
By law, you should have it here physically ready for me.
So most of the PWD petitions I have, right? Okay. And whatever benefits like medical, vision, and then dental, all those medicals, whatever has been provided as part of my LCR petitions. So I do have it.
We will be reporting that we were unable to review the public access file locally. So what's your job title? It's
My job title is senior manager. I work for a client called Marriott Hotels. Marriott Hotels and Systems.
They had your client secured before your arrival into the United States?
Yes, this is my second client.
Okay.
My first client is Energy. It's an energy company. Cognizant is my employer.
Sure.
They have the right to hire, fire, everything.
Sure.
I'm reporting to my supervisor, Cognizant. I'm enjoying my medical benefits, 401k. Cognizant is giving me the stocks at the discount to my employees.
Doing all of
Yes,
this. Okay.
Yes, I'm enrolling it. Yes, I have a family. I'm using medical.
Cool.
The computer that he was working on looked. It was like a $299 HP computer. We come in, we see ChatGPT up on the screen. He's not doing anything.
Coding with
I think
ChatGPT.
The biggest myth that we have is this high-skilled immigration thing.
Sure.
I think it's a lie.
It
I
is.
think most
It
of the
really
immigration
is.
that we're getting is not highly skilled.
Not only is he correct about most immigration not being highly skilled, but the biggest lie that people love repeating is the jobs that Americans won't do. Just because there are jobs that you personally would not do does not mean that all Americans would not do those jobs. And that is an insane lie that I don't know how people say that without a hint of irony.
I'll try to quantify. I'd say 70% of the folks that I actually saw hired and worked around couldn't do the job. Okay. When we needed the top tier engineer, they worked in Ireland. It's like it's just easier to hire. You know, you've got a network of people that are willing to relocate. If I'm sitting here in Texas, not paying taxes, I may not want to relocate to California.
Sure.
But if I'm sitting in India and I want to do anything I can in my power to get out of India, I'm willing to relocate to California and pay those taxes.
And that's another good thing to bring up, right? Why would they need to relocate? Especially for these companies that instead of bringing in H-1B visas, they're just offshoring to like some guy in India. Why couldn't you do that for an American working from their home in your county? Wouldn't that even be better in case you needed them to come into the office for any fucking reason? Why is it easier to offshore a job to India than it is to let an American work from home? I mean, we all know it's about paying less and also, depending on who the manager is, possibly just hiring co-ethnics after firing Americans. But it's still just something you should bring up. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Taxes and the high utility bills, etc. Not classically trained in computers. I self-taught effectively, and I did that through on-the-job training. You know, like if you're
probably the cost of employee. Yeah, it's definitely the cost. It's obviously cheaper. They can obviously pay less when they offshore to India instead of like an American work from home. But it's also just like, when you say that to somebody who's ideologically captured, they go, well, you should pay them the same as an American. And it's like, okay, well then why not just give the American the job? Why are we giving an American job to a guy in India if you also want that guy in India to be paid the same wage as an American? Why is the American getting replaced?
A pretty smart person, which a lot of Americans are. We're not doing things that are super complex, right? Sure. Business analytics you can learn, and especially with AI now, you don't have to have years of training learning how to write SQL. You know, you can, hey Grok, help me understand how to join these tables, or write a query to do this. What we're not seeing is that shift away from a foreign reliance on labor into like adapting our new technology and understanding that these aren't critical skills anymore. They're not unique skills. Like we're not getting super geniuses.
Do you think the companies need to hire US citizens or US workers before they go about and hire somebody in H-1B?
Yes.
The current rules. Unfortunately, no. The answer is no, which is where the biggest problem is.
I see.
And that is what I want to highlight.
For every American, right? You would hope they would assess the American workforce before we start scouring overseas, right? We're seeing graduates come out of a 4-year college unable to find a job like what this guy was working. Is this guy vastly more talented than the graduate that's coming out of college? Is it just because he already has 10 years of experience? He's the go-to hire?
I mean, our college graduates are competing with a system that is built to disadvantage them, to be honest. And here's the ways, right? Like I can write a job posting and I can require 10 different tech skills. One of them may be 8 years old. It's antiquated. Sure. But by adding this antiquated requirement onto a job posting, any recent grad is not going to have that. Now I can filter them out as a technical recruiter.
Sure. And if you're not getting algorithmically filtered out of job postings on LinkedIn, you can find job postings online hiring H-1Bs only. What
That's
a
kind of
racket.
crazy.
Hi there. How are you? You know where Suite 678 might be? It might not even be in here.
It's a mailbox. It's not an actual physical.
It's a mailbox.
What?
Okay, so yeah, we're just trying to confirm.
See if they're actual suites.
Yes.
Yeah.
678 is the first one.
Damn, that guy tall as fuck.
200 is not going to be here.
Okay, so 534.
No.
Because they're reporting there's people working at that mailbox. Like they work inside that mailbox then. 1167.
No, these are all like literal mailboxes that I put pieces
Okay.
of mail in and I take packages.
324.
Anything over 200 is not going to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, and just so you're aware, they're reporting to the USCIS that there are humans working inside these mailboxes.
Well, if they
Put 'em in the
fit a
box!
mailbox this size,
Yeah.
then sure.
Awesome.
Okay, we have our answers. There is zero level of scrutiny at play here.
Zero.
What is our economy?
But what happens when an Indian comes here on an F1 visa to study with the hopes of getting an H1B visa and eventually a green card and things don't go according to plan?
Remember that like one Lutheran school place that we looked at? I'm pretty sure it was in Texas as well. And like the entire graduating class was Indian and they were going to be getting sponsored visas. Like that was a crazy fucking article.
Raj, why are you here in Texas? What's going on?
I just came from
Why is it red?
My further studies. Like,
Why did he have to make it look so demonic? What is this?
masters. I'm from India. I'm coming from Mumbai. Mumbai is my home
Hey, oh,
studies,
hey,
like,
hey, hey.
masters. I'm from India. I'm coming from.
I thought they tore down fucking the trash city. Was it Kowloon? Was the name of the city Kowloon in China? Or is it just like this large trash city that like even police didn't dare fucking go in? God damn, what the fuck?
Mumbai. Mumbai is my home country. That's why I like this country.
Do you like USA or India more?
India more, but for my further studies,
Get out.
for my further studies, I have to come here.
And how difficult was it for you to move your whole life to the USA and come study here?
It's really challenging when I'm coming to here. It's gonna be a long story behind that. I have to do a lot of interviews, and it's gonna be depend on them if they want to give you.
Yeah, I just really don't care. I just really don't care. I'm not gonna feel bad for someone who's like, oh, coming to America for an opportunity is big challenge. It's so hard. You know what's big challenge? Being an American and trying to get an opportunity.
Give them a visa or not, it's a really big story. We have to do a lot of hard work on that. Even when we came here, we don't know where we have to live, what is going to be happening here, nothing, we don't know.
And how old are you?
I'm just like 23. This is a country that we can just make our future, just we can study and do hard work. If we work here.
Why can't you make your future in India, especially if you just said you prefer India to America? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
We can get a good jobs and everything, but from our heart, we are connected to our.
And I really, ooh, like listening to this, I'm just getting mad because like I know as I'm saying this, there are people who are just like, how can you be so heartless? He just wants opportunity. He wants to better his life. What about the people in our country who want better lives, who deserve better lives, who have been born here and should be getting these opportunities? Why should I feel bad for someone else? Why do you want Americans to suffer because you can't say no to other people who aren't even part of our country? Why wouldn't you want them, if they want a better life, to improve their life in their country and thus improve their country as well? Right? If you want to talk about like how large and grotesque the US is, like doing stuff for other countries, you should be encouraging these people to stay in their countries and make their countries better. Should you not? Does that not make sense?
And there are lots of Indians, they are doing a lot of things to do to stay here legally.
Where do you live? Do you live with like roommates?
Yeah, I live with my roommates. Before we are going to live, when I came here, it was like a really tough thing. Yeah. That's why in a 2-bedroom hall, we are living like 10 members.
10 people?
Yeah, to save our money.
Sure.
Yeah, it's really hard working at that time.
So how did these folks get brought here? Well, that's where I started to tie it together to what I was seeing at work. We had a major hub in Dallas. I had 2 people on my team that were hired in on H-1Bs to work in Dallas. Well, they have children, and those children get a visa called the H-4 visa. Their spouses get the H-4 visa. I don't know, maybe that like...
Can I say something positive about India? I love their wedding dresses. I think like this, they have special names for everything. I always thought these were super fucking pretty.
H-4 visa. I don't know, maybe that like the missing point for a lot of people here is when you're on an H-4 visa and you go to high school in Texas and you graduate from high school in Texas, you were not an international student. So there's guardrails in place at places like UT to ensure that you don't have these massive demographic changes. Well, those guardrails fail when all of a sudden these folks are classified as residents. I find it very interesting, Tyler, that we have folks on H-1Bs acting as technical recruiters. The person.
It's also a big red flag now whenever I hear politicians talk about residents. Whenever a politician says resident instead of citizen, they're talking to non-Americans. Like that's just all you have to do is that replacement.
Doing the vetting is, they're not American. They don't have that, underlying, like, for the home team, skin in the game.
Most people that come from, let's say, Mumbai, do they have plans of staying longer?
Most of our from my country, they just focus on we will get our degree and we will come back. But the thing is that they are not taking to go back to our country. Why? Because the thing is that in our country there are jobs, there are a lot of jobs, but what they pay, they are not satisfied with that pay.
So if everything goes your way...
Yeah, but that's not my problem. Just because you're not satisfied with what you're paid in your country does not mean you are entitled to a job in mine.
Would you like to be a permanent citizen here?
It's not only my dream. Yeah. Everyone dreams like that to get a green card or permanent residence in United States of America. Why? Because we already spent our 3 years here.
What do our college graduates lack? Is it tenacity and skill and intellect? Are Americans stupid, Nick?
I think we're naive, I'll be honest. I think we've operated in a high-trust society for a very long time. As a father of kids, I raised them to do the right thing, to work hard, to go to school, to get the good grades. And I used to tell them, if you grind, you'll be fine. That we are a meritocracy. I actually am doubting that. I've changed my messaging to them.
I don't think we've been a meritocracy for quite a while. I don't know exactly when affirmative action started. I don't know if there was something before affirmative action that was basically affirmative action by another name, kind of like DEI now. But due to things like those, we have not been a meritocracy for a while. We have been a society that privileges certain people over others based on the color of their skin, based on their sexual identity, based on their genitals. We are not and have not been a meritocracy for a while.
Yeah. What is the messaging now?
Well, now it's you still need to do the right thing, but you also have to understand you are competing in a system that is built structurally to disadvantage you.
How much money does it cost for you to come all the way from Mumbai to Houston, Texas?
To here, I already spent $35, almost $40,000.
So that's a lot of money in India. How do most people afford to get here?
Everyone do like that. They have some savings in our country. Some savings out their fathers or something. They have some gold or something. They are struggling hard to get.
78% of wealthy Indian parents send kids abroad, risking retirement savings. Interesting statistic.
Homes in our country to only just to visit the United States of America. They are selling homes. They are selling
Rich Indians are dipping into their savings to send their kids abroad for education.
They're savings and everything, the gold and everything. And when they are coming here, they are not satisfied. Why? Because after all these things, the IT job market is no more. No, we are not getting a good job.
Why do you think that is?
Who benefits from importing infinite labor from all over the planet?
Your land? No. That is their land. They're saying that Indians in India are selling the land that they own in India to make enough money to send their kids to America. So they were talking about their land.
I think there's a bunch of beneficiaries.
They gambled on being able to take it from us,
Yeah, well, it's not the youth.
Sure.
It's not the American worker. It is big capital. These folks don't have freedom of movement. If they're let go, they have 60 days to find a new job, or they have to leave the country, or really what ends up happening is they just change status to a new visa.
Sure.
But they should leave the country.
They should.
You can't get a job in IT. What's your plan?
The last option, if I will not get a job, even I also find a girl on the dating places.
Any nice Indian girls?
No, not an Indian girls.
Who?
One white and one Mexican. White women, they are not greedy. Some of them greedy, but everyone not is greedy. But in Mexicans, you cannot trust them.
What have you seen? What have they done to you?
One of my friends, sorry. So he's just thinking to what to do, and he's trying to get a job. And
can I just point out the intense irony of how many supposed white right-wing men on social media will say that you can't date white women. White women are a lost cause. You need to go be a visa bro. You need to go date Asian women. And meanwhile, this Indian is like, yeah, you know, white women aren't really greedy, actually. I was like, what an interesting thing. What an interesting thing to notice.
Lot of things. After that, all the hard working, he's not getting a job. So he find a girl. So first my friend said, oh, I like you. Can I get your number or something?
Okay.
And then they went for the dates and everything. My friend, he said to their Mexican girls, oh, can I ask you for the favor? It's not only my favor, it's your too. But because you are struggling hard, so it's really good for you too. So
Okay,
can we do like a marriage just to fix my papers?
Sure.
So she said, yeah, okay then.
Did they get married?
Yeah, they get married, and the thing.
Mexi bros and my white dudes, you gotta date your women's, otherwise their woman brain will take over and say, oh, I'll be a good person for helping this guy stay in our country. People will applaud me and I'll get updates on social media. You gotta get in there, man. Yeah, only you can prevent marriage fraud. I hope Olive Man reported this guy to ICE. I hope so too, man.
Is that after they're getting married, and she said, I have some conditions, like when she's going to sign the papers, she wants like $5,000 in her first month.
Like, well, let's look at Amazon, right? They laid off 16,000 people January 28th.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. If you going to a woman and being like, hey, you know, I'm gonna date you, and like I need to fix like my papers, you know, that could be good for both of us, because like I get to stay here and like then people will applaud you for being a good person. She just hits him with the $5,000 or I report you to ICE. Bean versus Do Not Redeem. Let them fight. I think that's also funny that he was talking about how it's Mexican women who do that. Mexican women reporting Indian men to ICE. Let's fucking go.
15,000 in October. I am sure those were not only Americans. In fact, I know of at least one that wasn't an American. Now, the difference between her and I is I'm sitting here, right? I'm not worried about being deported. My visa's not gonna get lapsed. And these folks, I mean, they bought cars on 5-year notes. Their entire family will be uprooted. They may even have a kid here that's now an American by birthright citizenship.
End birthright citizenship, and we need it to be ended retroactively. There were some people who were just like, how retroactively? Are you going to give the country back to the Native Americans? And it's like, well, no, retroactively to all illegals. I'm not saying fucking like the children of slaves are retroactively, because the slaves were under the jurisdiction of the United States, which is why they were given birthright citizenship. Illegals have no claim to that. People here from another country under their country's jurisdiction on a travel visa have no jurisdiction in the United States. They are not an American and they will never be one, despite what their papers say. There's a principle in common law that you can't do a lot of things retroactively. It doesn't matter. I don't really care, Margaret. There are going to be tough things that need to be done, and we need to say no to crying women. Native Americans didn't even get citizenship when we implemented birthright citizenship. That's kind of fucking weird, first of all. Second of all, my follow-up whenever anyone brings up the Native Americans is that they were conquered. They were conquered either through trade or selling land or battling for the land. If we, as the United States in our current iteration, because we are in a war, we are in a culture war, we're not fighting with swords and shields, we're fighting wizards with spells, unfortunately. If we lose this, if we lose our country because we did not defend it well enough, then yes, we would deserve the exact same fate. We didn't defend our country and we lost it. So fuck us, right? That's kind of how all of history has gone. I don't want to see that happen. I don't want that to be the case. That's why I encourage people to do something about it.
When someone has that much to lose, you can really compel them to do anything you want.
Then you see them giving up everything in order to fulfill this dream or get their kids from this status of being lower or middle class to upper middle class and beyond. They may sell the family farm for all that, right?
Back home, their families are becoming millionaires, so to speak.
Oh yeah, multimillionaires, right? They're wealthy. And so I think we just we created that gold rush.
It's the lady!
And this is a torta?
A torta!
Shit. Okay.
And after that, she is telling, like, this is my first thing, this is my first condition, And now listen, my second condition. Every month you have to pay me like on the payments, like every month $1,000. After that, in additional to, you have to pay some of my rent, some of my bills.
So it's like a real marriage now.
Yeah, but she don't want to sleep with my friend.
And she doesn't want to have sex.
Yeah, no, she
That's crazy. I'll let you marry me for the green card, but I don't want to touch you. That's gross.
She don't want anything.
Oh, she just wants the money.
Just want money. Even my friend, after they got married.
Yeah.
I like how they're playing the sad music. Why would I feel sad? They're both scamming each other.
Time he already gave $5,000 to her. After she receiving $5,000, she is like disappear. She's not responding. She's not receiving the calls and everything. She's just ignoring him. When.
Oh, she fucking figured out how to play the is that game. Let's go.
She needs money. When she gets a time for her payment, she's calling, oh, where are you? He asks for the money. Where is my payment for this month? I'm doing your work from last 2 days and you're not paying for me. When she got her money for the payments, for the first payment month, then she
disappeared again?
She did the same thing.
So come back the next month.
Why is he still paying?
This friend. This isn't about you?
The thing,
You're not the friend, right?
He's the
I'm
friend.
the person.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This happened to you.
Mm-hmm. I heard I did a lot of hard work,
Holy
like 8
shit.
to 9 months to get that money, and the beach she took in 2 months.
How is it being
The
an Indian
beach.
in 2026 here in Texas?
How is it being an Indian and a Mexican woman played the is that scam game better than you, bruh?
Oh, here they are thinking like they are saying us like they are thinking, oh, Indians, you are Indians, you are not our category. You just be aside. One homeless came to my store. And he's telling me, like, he's asking me, oh, can I get the lighter? I said, okay, you have to pay for that lighter. But he's telling me like, this is my country. I'm just fed up with these things.
Really?
What is he talking about? Who goes into a store to buy something and then says, actually, I don't have to pay you because this is my country? That doesn't even make any sense. Her is that power levels are off the wall.
Yeah, from only just from 2 months. What I say.
She ruined the whole experience.
All the things, all the dreams.
Yeah.
I once talked to a guy, 27 years in the United States, not a citizen. And I'm not saying they should be citizens. I'll be real clear. I think they should have departed after 3 years.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
But they've been here.
Yes, but if they've been here for 27 years and haven't made any effort to become a citizen, that's even more of a reason to get them out. Right? All of these like shit cunt articles that try and make you feel bad where they're just like, oh, this hardworking father has been in the United States for 37 years and now ICE wants to deport him. Go and get him the fuck out. Why is he still illegal after 37 fucking years? Sorry, I paid you. Where is my Bobs and Vagine? Videos, oh, fuck having laws and shit. Oh, God, I love that meme.
Bound to their employer. That's a shit system. It doesn't benefit anybody. And then we have to think about the problems that it gives to their kids. You know, they come over here with their kid. Their kid can stay on the H4 until they're 21. They age out of the system. Now, maybe they have to move back to India where they don't have any family. There's no angle that you can take that says this H-1B is good unless you are big capital.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's not.
GDP goes up.
GDP goes up.
And I read today that there is 104 million people that are not employed or seeking employment in the United States right now.
The neets shall inherit the earth. When someone submits a resume today, they have an abysmally low 0.4% chance of actually getting the job. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
It's a lot of people. Like, are we in too deep?
We probably are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the depressing thing.
I think we need to pause all H-1Bs.
Moratorium.
Yeah, I agree with her. Fucking pause it all, man. Complete moratorium.
You have to look at illegal immigration versus legal immigration.
Sure.
And right now, I think the nation, by the mandate that was given to Trump in the House when in Congress when we, was 2024, it showed that we had the appetite. We wanted mass deportations. We wanted to, end illegal immigration. But now here we are, a couple years into it. You hear the messaging changing away from mass deportations to only criminals. The reason I bring that up is if you don't have the appetite to handle illegal immigration correctly or, authoritatively, you're not going to have the appetite to do what needs to happen to put the genie back in the bottle.
Agree.
The legal aspect.
We need hardened, strong men to be able to do what is necessary. That is what we need in our political class right now. And I think there are very few people that have that kind of temperament.
Those guys that are simping for the Indians or the immigration lawyers, you. This is America. This is my nation.
That's what I want to hear from politicians, man.
The system is broken and we need to fix it.
In my exit interview, they go, "Hey, we're replacing you guys.
Hey, we
we're
watched
getting rid of the whole
this.
team, and we're replacing you guys with Indians." Yeah, I swear to God. I looked them dead in the eye and go, "You guys know I'm Indian, right?" Like, no, you don't get it. We're getting rid of you. We're moving the job to India to be done by Indians from India who live there, who will do it cheaper. And in that moment, I turned into every one of your fathers. I was like, these goddamn Indians are taking our jobs.
You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here.
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
People have to learn, so we should be investing in those people instead of importing them. It's like one of the biggest things I disagree with him. I don't know why he fucking said that, man.